Thanks to science, we've made the impossible possible. Like launching people into space, replicating human organs, developing really smart gadgets, edible batteries, look it up, and so many other breakthroughs. Despite these developments, it turns out that science doesn't always have the answers. Today, we're counting down the 10 oldest technologies scientists still can't explain. What's up, Factmatics? This is Discovery Amuse, serving up your daily dose of the most outrageous, outlandish, and out-of-this-world fun facts. Watch till the end to see which ancient technology has defeated scientists and other brilliant minds since the 12th century. Let's get to it. Number 10. Ancient nanostructures. Nanotechnology is the science of building materials or devices on the scale of atoms and molecules. It is also used to revolutionize technology in many industries, but this field only took off in 1981. That's why experts were dumbfounded when in 1991, during a research project at Russia's Ural Mountains, they found several ancient artifacts along the riverbanks which had the characteristics of nanotechnology. The minuscule pieces included coils, spirals, shafts, and other components, the smallest of which measured only 1/10,000th of an inch. These tools were found 10 to 40 feet below the ground and are estimated to be around 300,000 years old. Skeptics speculate that these could be debris from test rockets launched at the nearby space station, but the Moscow Institute declared that they are far too old to be manufactured in modern times. I'm pretty sure there's a gigantic explanation behind these microscopic relics, and I hope experts unearth the answers soon. Watch till the end to see why scientists remain speechless about our number one pick. Number 9. Dashka Stone. Also found in the Ural Mountains in 1999 is this curious-looking artifact that left experts digging for more explanation. Russian and Chinese scientists discovered that the cracks on the surface of the Dashka Stone are the exact outlines of an aerial view of the Ural region. It's like a prehistoric Google map. Nicknamed the Map of the Creator, the stone precisely details about 7,400 miles of channels and dams. The tablet also contained hieroglyphic notations of unconfirmed origin. It was estimated to be 120 million years old based on the prehistoric shells that were locked in the slab. But some scientists suspect that this could have been made 3,000 years ago. Skeptics are saying the fissures are just a coincidence, especially since humans didn't have the technology to fly at that time. But researchers are still cracking the code on this one. One thing's for sure, map or not, the craftsmanship on this artifact definitely rocks. Number 8. Black boxes of Sakara. In 1851, French Egyptologist Auguste Mariette discovered the Serapeum of Sakara, which is a vast underground necropolis located south of Cairo, Egypt. In it were 24 giant airtight black boxes weighing over 100 tons each. The skillful cutting of the stone, which was reportedly accurate up to a few micrometers, and their precise installation underground were so remarkable that the stone boxes generated a lot of buzz in the scientific community. One theory is that these were a burial site for Apis bulls, believed to be incarnations of an Egyptian deity. But some experts question why the dimensions of the black boxes exceeded the size of the bulls, and why are there no traces of the bulls inside? There are still some who believe that these sarcophagi were of paranormal origin. Must be from chugging on too much Red Bull. But me, I didn't have too much of Red Bull, I'm just fine. Number 7. Bastist Disc. Ever since it was discovered in 1908 on the island of Crete, scientists have failed to decode the inscriptions on this 4,000-year-old clay disc until now. The Bastist Disc contains over 240 tokens with 45 distinct signs which were made by pressing hieroglyphic seals onto the clay in a spiral sequence. Experts have been stumped for decades as to the real meaning behind the symbols. Was it a prayer, an inscribed legend, an instrument, a board game? Perhaps the ancient Greeks' version of Jumanji? Thankfully, in 2014, a linguist researcher named Dr. Gareth Owens was finally able to shed some light on the highly debated relic. He identified the words pregnant mother, goddess, and shining mother, which made him conclude that this could actually be a prayer to a Minoan goddess. I don't know about you, but it all sounds Greek to me.
That's the gospel truth.
Number 6. Plain of Jars. If you happen to be in the area of Shengquang in Laos, then this plain of jars could make for an interesting, albeit mysterious, backdrop to your selfies. Archaeologists believe that the stone jars were made between 1500 and 2000 years ago, but that's basically all they know about these ancient vessels so far. While no one knows for sure what these jars were used for, the general scientific consensus is that these might actually be urns used in ancient funeral practices. But locals have a more interesting take on the origin of these jars. According to a Laotian legend, they were made from hardened water buffalo skin and served as storage for rice and whiskey for a giant who lived nearby. Number 5. Roman Dodecahedron. Now I dare you to say that 5 times fast. This small, hollow bronze stone with 12 flat faces, hence the nomenclature, has not only twisted the tongues but also racked the brains of scientists who tried to crack its code. The first dodecahedron was found in 1739, and eventually 116 more were unearthed in Wales, Hungary, Spain, Italy, Germany, and France. And while Romans were known to keep extensive records, there was no mention or images of these curiosities. Historians have been arguing whether these objects were used as a candlestick holder, dice, a distance survey instrument, a gauge for water pipes, a coin measuring device, or quite simply, a toy. But the most recent theory is that they were used as knitting tools to make gloves, as demonstrated by YouTube creator Martin Hallett. What about rolling the dice on this one and just call it a day? Number 4. Longlongyou Caves. In the Zhejiang province of China, myths about bottomless ponds and undiscovered caves have been hounding locals for decades, until one day in 1992, farmers accidentally confirmed the fables when they drained 5 small ponds in their village and discovered that they were actually large man-made caverns. The astonishing Longlongyou Caves are estimated to be 2,000 years old, with a total area of 30,000 square meters. The ceilings, walls, and pillars contained chisel marks, which were patterned into a series of parallel lines indicating that they were carved by an unknown civilization. Historians were utterly shocked by the discovery of these caves. How could something so enormous and elaborate have no documentation whatsoever? Experts also wonder till now how these caves were constructed in the first place, with its precise engineering and unmistakable artistry. Luckily, one of the caves have been opened for tourists, so you too can play Indiana Jones on this subterranean wonder. Number 3. The Thevoynich Manuscript. In pop culture, we've seen countless made-up languages used in films and TV shows, such as the Dothraki language in Game of Thrones, the Elvish in Lord of the Rings, and even Mignonese from Despicable Me. But did you know that in real life, scientists have been trying but failing to decipher an unknown language written on this mysterious parchment? The Thevoynich Manuscript, discovered by Polish antiquarian Wilfrid Voynich in 1912, contains 240 richly illustrated pages, which included floating castles, disembodied heads, strange flowers, fantastic creatures, and somehow lots of naked women bathing in water. In 2017, an historian and TV writer named Nicholas Gibbs claimed he had decoded the mysterious book. After referencing medieval Latin abbreviations and consulting 2 popular age-old Latin medical books, he concluded that the Thevoynich Manuscript was actually a medical textbook devoted mostly to women's medicine. However, Gibbs's theory isn't ranking high on some scholars' bestseller list.
Disappointed!
Number 2. Underground Necropolis. You'll surely drop dead at the world's oldest underground temple and burial site, the Halsaflini Hypogeum in Malta. This UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is believed to date back as far as 4000 BC, has researchers buried deep in mystery since its accidental discovery in 1902. The subterranean complex has 3 levels, the deepest of which is popularly known as the Holy of Holies. Inside the burial site, researchers uncovered the remains of 7,000 bodies, along with a collection of strange skulls which included an elongated cranium. According to some scientists, the lengthened skull was of natural origin and was not due to a physical alteration, fueling conspiracy theories that these could be alien heads.
E.T. phone home.
E.T. phone home.
Before we go to our number 1 pick, do us a solid and make sure to smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to choose all so you won't miss out on any of our latest life-changing, boredom-busting content. And of course, be sure to turn on notifications in your app's settings. Number 1. Inextinguishable fire. The infamous Greek fire was a legendary weapon used by the Byzantine Empire to set enemy ships ablaze. It was composed of a combustible compound that was ejected through a flame-throwing weapon. Accounts say the fire would cling to flesh and was impossible to extinguish with water. The Greek fire's deadly composition was developed by Constantinople's chemists and engineers, and it remained a heavily guarded secret. Unfortunately, the secret recipe died with them. Over the centuries, there have been many attempts to play with fire and recreate this weapon of terror. Combinations of pine resin, naphtha, quicklime, sulfur, or niter have been proposed, but results have generally gone up in smoke.
Oh! Wow, look at that!
So, which of these unsolved scientific mysteries left you absolutely mind blown? Let us know in the comment section below. Take home any of our exclusive gear by browsing our merch shelf or clicking the link in the video description. And while you're at it, take our quiz to find out how you can earn extra cash online doing what you do best. Awesome, right? Want more inexplicable artifacts? Then check out our list of the 15 most incredible recent discoveries. Till then, stay curious, Factnatics, and see you in the next video.